I welcome you so much on this Thursday morning. It is Uganda First. Thank you for watching this program that we think is already instilling patriotism in Uganda. We've had several episodes where we've talked about patriotism, and they've been very educative, very insightful, and we like the comments that come in and the questions, of course. Thank you so much. Today we are at the National Scouts camping site, that is Kazi, near Busabala. We've come to talk to some of the youth leaders who are attending a training here. It has been a very good training for them, they tell me so, but some of them are going to share their thoughts about patriotism, what they've learned, the lessons to take back home, and how they are going to engage their fellow youth when they go back to their villages. It's a training for leaders from the zonal up to district level, but specifically Kampala district. 9 in 10 of the people here, over 100, 9 in 10 are from the political wing, the youth councils at the zone, at parish, at sub-county, up to the district level. On our set we have Mr.
Daniel David Mutabazi.
Daniel David Mutabazi.
Yeah, the youth chairperson, Lubaga Division.
Youth chairperson, Lubaga Division.
Yes.
And Madam?
Nachayune Nora, youth mentor and leader under Plan International Uganda, Nakawa Division.
Good to see you, Miss Nora. How have you found the training so far?
The training has been so good, following my personal experiences, because before there are a number of things I didn't know, which I've learned from here. My mind and brains have been contextualized, because I've been living in assumptions, actually a European staying in Uganda, but I'm now back to my roots.
A number of things that you didn't know, for example, which one?
First and foremost, I wasn't well conversant with Uganda's history, because we all know in our schools, serious focus is put on European history, and when it comes to Africa, a little is talked about Uganda, but it is African nationalism and what have you. But as we've been here, we've been told serious history about Uganda, which I didn't know.
So you can now as well give a narrative of what has been happening in this country, where we're coming from and where we're heading.
Yeah, I can give a little, I know, because even before, because as a youth, we've always been having lots of conversations in our areas where we stay, but little did we know that Uganda had a journey, it was moving, where it started, and a number of things. Some of the leaders whom we even had, some of them I didn't know them. I just got to know them here because I was born on this generation, so I didn't put much attention on the previous.
Oh, the past leaders that we've
yeah,
been
the past
having.
leaders.
Okay.
So I didn't know them, most of them.
The vice president,
because I
prime
could
minister.
only talk about Obote.
Yes, and
Amin, then General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The others I was not sure. I hear Tito Kelo Lutwa, Professor Binayisa, I hear who.
You're born after 1986, is it?
Yes, in 1994.
Ah, just recently. Okay, Mr. Mutabazi, tell me about patriotism. It is a conversation I'm told you've had regularly in the training.
Yeah, actually, it has been such a good experience, and in that experience I've discovered I didn't know anything about Uganda. I was actually boasting around, but I knew less compared to what I've passed through these 7 days I've been here. It was really a tremendous change that I've learned that Uganda, it is not only the part of Africa,
yes,
but it is the source of civilization. And as Africa, we are a threat to the Western culture. Actually, we are still under colonialism, but not physical, which is mind. Our mind is still colonized by the whites. But through such a program, I've learned that I need to break the cocoon and I move out.
You need to free your mind.
I need to free
from
my
the foreign
mind
thoughts
from the foreign
and
thoughts.
influence.
Yeah, I need to embrace the Paul Cafero music. I need to embrace my culture first.
Yes.
I need to put self first. I need to be selfless, not selfish. I was selfish, and I didn't know that. Actually, one thing I've learned, being the mother of civilization in the whole world, I think I'm going to teach the youth leader or the youth down on the zone level that patriotism needs to be taught. Because we have a normal saying, maybe from other cultures, that you can't teach someone to love his country.
Yes.
But it is...
You now realize it is important to tell people what it means to love country.
It is very important. One issue or one challenge you have as youth, we know that we know.
Yes.
And that is the greatest mistake we've been making. We don't know.
And if you think that you know yet you don't know, you're actually more than ignorant.
You're more than ignorant. Actually, it is beyond ignorant.
Okay.
Because you see someone boasting, I'm in Uganda, but once you ask, where did Uganda come from?
What is Uganda?
What is the meaning of
What do you stand for as a Ugandan?
What
is our vision as a country?
As a country, we don't know. We don't know. We just politicking everything. But I've learned that it was a journey, and we are still in a long journey to develop. We were civilized before the coming of the whites. Then we looked at as the red. They brought their colonialism in different categories. They stole our culture. We are embracing Western culture.
Tell me about loving country. What are you going to tell the youth back in Lubaga about this country, Uganda, and how we can love it, how we can nurture patriotism?
Actually, yeah, you've used the right word, nurturing patriotism into the fellow youth.
Yes.
Nurturing, it is not all about lamenting Yagale Gwanga, you love the country, you love Uganda, you love your mother, but it starts with you first. Because patriotism, it is, I love Uganda, I serve Uganda, I sacrifice for Uganda, I'm loyal to Uganda, I love myself.
That is the starting point.
That is patriotism. So if a fellow youth down there, if you see a plastic poorly disposed,
the litter all over.
The litter all over the community.
Those places where Kavera is common, you know, all kind of dirt.
Yeah, actually from here, I have to adopt that in every quarter, I have to do a cleanup. It is necessary. Because we learn by process. We learn slowly. And I think we shall adopt that into our work plan as National Youth Council under Lubaga Division, Urban Youth Council. And we do the cleanup. We come back to our culture because we were so organized.
Back then.
Back then. We are organized into kingdoms, chiefdoms, and we used to trade. Our economy was good. But right now, everyone is selfish. What is in my pocket? But what is in your pocket? What have you contributed to Uganda?
Okay, I hear you. Viewers, you may hear some chanting. There is a group that is attending the session right now. Tabazi is a part of that as well. So the chanting is from the background, just bear with it. It is fun, we're enjoying it. You're watching Uganda First. It is brought to you by the National Secretariat for Patriotism Corps. They are our partners, they make this program happen. Ms. Nachayune, let's talk about patriotism. What have you understood in the training?
First and foremost,
and that you are ready to apply it.
Back then, when I used to hear the word patriotism, I did not understand its ingredients. And I could say it is NRM thing. Once they tell you patriotism, they are telling you to be part of NRM. But when I reached here and I found different youth leaders coming from different parties, and what I've been told, because first and foremost, patriotism has pillars, which my fellow talked about. The love to serve your country, the love to sacrifice for your country, the love to be loyal to your country, love for yourself, all that thing. And what I've learned is that when you don't understand the roots, because you cannot pretending to be loving a neighbor when you're not loving your own home. And when you don't love your own home, you will leave it dirty and sit at a neighbor's veranda, which is very bad.
And
but when you have love,
abandon your own home.
Yes, when you have love for your own house, no one will tell you to mop it. No one will tell you to put it in order, because love is just within. You feel like you're owning each and everything that is in. Patriotism has taught me that truly I'm a Ugandan, and Uganda is my motherland. So I have to do everything possible to make my motherland shine in different ways. Communicate to the youth, change their mindset, maintain our green which God gave us, in any way possible. Like if you're in position to plant a tree, do it, because it is nature that preserves us. If you're in position to do cleanups, because it is very bad if the news go on and it is like Uganda is the dirtiest country.
Terrible.
Yeah? It is very terrible. So patriotism has taught me how to love, and love is actions. Actions.
So are you ready to do some of the things so that you're exemplary, you're an example?
More than ready. More than ready. Because to tell you truth be told, all my inspirations were to go to Europe, to be sincere.
Oh, really?
Yes, to go to Europe, whatever I could think about, save the money, to go to Europe or even Middle East, because I was like, Uganda, no. But after being taught through, the course we've had, the major head has been patriotism, but it has had different topics, because we've had economic development.
Yes.
We've had patriotism as patriotism. We've had the different ways of thinking. We've had leadership skills. We've known the Uganda national vision. We've been taken through media, and so it has been a complex something that is not only impacting on leadership, but even on personal development,
socio-economic development.
Belief in you. And we've learned how to use whatever we have around. It can help us change our lives, because we've been singing a song of going to Middle East, but what I've learned, we have a lot here which can serve us move in a better situation.
Kumbe, you were about to leave us and go and join the
almost
the group
even
in Middle
this
East.
math was not going to get me here.
I am happy that you grasped that and you're ready to stay here and work. It is not bad, I think, for labor to move. It is not a bad thing, but
I know, but no, why?
Focus on country is important.
It is very important, because when I was taught here, there is a friend of mine, I asked a question before coming here. I told him, my friend, I want to move. He told me, Nora, when you go, even when you come back with some kind of money, you may fail to configure it when you come back to Uganda. But when you have one M in Uganda, there is something you will use it to do, and you prosper.
You can think and invest it properly.
Yes, and invest. Actually, his words, the words he told me, have just been amplified here. And truth be told, throughout this week, I have not been sleeping sincerely, because from the tent, I'm just there thinking, now what have I been doing? I started business administration. Again, you want to go and wash plates?
I know.
Yes.
Okay, I am happy to hear that. Mr. Mtabaz, how are you going to apply some of the skills you've learned here? You're saying you're going to do a quarterly cleanup. I don't know, who do you plan to engage? How can it come out well? How can you engage all the youth and they understand that this is not about NRM, it's not about NUP, it's not about FDC, it's about us, it's about Uganda.
Yeah, that is a very good question and a very good concern. How am I going to implement the knowledge I've got from here? It is one way. Very simple. I'm the youth chairperson, Lubaga. And being a youth chairperson, I have the structures. From the zone, there is 9. Chairperson, vice, and others 7 secretariats.
Yes.
That is Secretary Labor Affairs, Secretary Female Affairs, and other, as you can observe. Then we usually have a work plan, an annually work plan. So in that, we used to, actually the mentality we had is just to sit, discuss. How has your week been? What are you doing? You get your 20,000 as facilitation for transport. You get tea, breakfast.
Without being people of action.
Yeah, without even a resolution. So from here, I've learned a duty of a citizen.
Okay.
And I need to adopt patriotism. I need to know that I'm representing someone on the zone level.
Okay.
And in my mandate, I have all the rights. NYC has been in shadow, apart from voting for the youth councillors, the 2 who are well versed with cases here, because I don't know anyone if he's well versed with the National Youth Council, because we've been there but in shadow. Then we vote for the National Youth Chairperson, and after all, the MP. Then we are not relevant anywhere. But with such knowledge, we are going to be relevant.
Okay.
I'm going to use the mandate to see that, apart from the cleanup, the mindset should change.
Mindset.
The financial literacy. You know, we do a lot of optimum spending, optimum consumption, and we don't mind about saving. Me, I've learned that I can be with 20,000 and I sufficiently survive. Instead of eating somewhere for 20,000 a day, and you're left with nothing.
Because it's yeah, that's common with the young people.
Yeah.
Nor I don't know if of course you are aware. Young people, that there is a temptation now to show that you're doing well, to move with the peers who amassed maybe some wealth, and we tend to think we are in the same shoes.
Actually, I've learned,
and forget to save.
I've learned that we've been living in denial. We're living in denial. For you think you're fine, by the end of you're making 40 years, you don't know where you are, you're in suspense. Then you start saying, Muzee has not helped us.
Yet by a certain age, you should be focused already. You should know where your journey is heading.
Actually, I think by 18, if someone is impacted with patriotism, should be focused.
Okay.
Should be saying that by 20, I need to have contributed to where I'm going.
Good.
So by 25, I'll be here. I'll give you a scenario of the Western culture. You find them by 25, they are well off, and some of them can even sustain some of the African GDP. It is a surprise.
Because they are wealthy men and women.
Yeah.
At an early age.
So we've been having that inferior complex in us. That those ones are well off. We can't be like them. But what I've learned here, I think we are far better.
There is inspiration to innovate, inspiration to invest.
Yeah, we need to earn. As you're earning the little, then try other ideas. Be diverse. Don't just say, I will do that tomorrow. I'll do that tomorrow.
Anyway.
The time is now.
Yes, Nora.
Yeah, the little I can add on. The youth you hear singing there, I can tell you their hearts are a bit broken and empowered. Because we came saying, let's go and show them. Eh? We tell them this, and this. But what we've come to realize, we keep singing, we are poor, no capital what. But again, it is the same group of people you will find a youth having 10 pairs of shoes on a shoe rack, and each shoe is costing 200.
Expensive pairs.
Yes, 200, and that person is not in position to start up a small business. It is our generation where we've innovated parties I didn't hear about when I was growing. We have the baby showers, we have wedding showers.
Even birthday, the showers are what you
private showers. So you find the youth each weekend
they are
going for a shower, and those showers have gifts. So at the end of the day,
you are spending on transport and gift.
It is about 800 in the showers. Because remember, this is the same circle of friends. They will not see you in the same dress. On all the parties, the swimming, the shower, what.
You have
so
to
each
impress,
time
you have to buy more
show
dresses.
them the shoe, the nails, and what, the gift, and there is this culture these days. Because before, people used to take gifts, and maybe the bride opens when people have already gone. So people
these
could
days they
even
open
pack over But these days there is a
when
culture. Once you
around,
give, they open
it.
instantly. So you have to also keep some swag. And the swag is kept with a cost effect. So it has been us saying we do not have anything, we are not working, but again expenditure has been so high.
Yeah,
and we could ask ourselves, as we were taught, where have we been getting the money? We put in part in time, but we do not have the money to invest something small.
I understand
and
that.
We've learned truth to be told.
All right.
Because we used to think, there is value attached to the white color. Mr. Frank, to tell you, I'm one person who got to understand European history from French Revolution, the Bolsheviks, German unification. I know the Napoleon,
the bourgeois,
how Louis
whatever.
XVI behaved, what have you, but I didn't know about Tito Kedolutwa.
Imagine.
I didn't know what happened to Binaisa. Eh?
Imagine.
And it has been so bad, because the more you study about something, because what I got to understand, you cannot love what you don't know.
True.
You can't.
True.
And the love we've been having for Europe, it is just funded by the education system, because we concentrate more on Europe.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to have a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about youth in politics.
Yeah.
I know Mutabazia is very active politically, and I think you might also have ambition, maybe.
Yes.
Okay, there we are. So we will ask ourselves, how can youth be one person? Much as there's diversity, you belong to this party, the other, but how can we be one? Because that element brings about development. But where we are, is that happening as it should happen? Are youth working together? Do they tolerate each other? If Mutabazi is, I don't know which party, and this party, do we, oh yeah, there he is. Do we sit and talk? Do we, talk about things that take us forward as a country? It's a very pertinent question where we are, because the youth, you people, you constitute a huge fraction of our population in Uganda. Welcome back. You're watching Uganda First, brought to you by the National Secretariat for Patriotism Corps. My name is Frank Walisimbi. We are at the National Scouts camping site in Kazi, near Busabala. I am having a good conversation here with Mr. David Mutabazi. He's a youth leader, chairperson of the youth in Lubaga Division. Miss Nora Nachayune.
Youth mentor.
She's a youth mentor.
And a leader under Plan International Uganda.
All right.
Yeah.
Before we had a break, I posed a question, something about youth in politics, and I am asking, how can we tolerate each other, Mr. Mutabazi?
I think we've been having a different perception. How do we perceive politics? Politics is everywhere. There is this thing going on, gender equality, gender-based violence, there is also politics. But we normally know this politics of parties, the democracy. Me, I've learned that we have a lot of democracy. We have a lot of democracy.
In this country?
Yeah, we have more than one party. Me, I'm NRM. But here, when I was given this chance, I would say I have to bring only NRM. It is all about the history of Uganda. It is not all about NRM. And how do we coexist? I brought, now I'm a living example, I brought my fellows from other parties, FDC, NOP, Independent.
They're in attendance here as
They
well.
are in attendance and they are so humbled, and I think the mindset
Is starting to change?
is starting to change, gradually changing. Eh? You see, we came here with one mentality. I didn't tell them that we were going to camp. I told them there is an opportunity for the youth of 7 days, but there is facilitation after. So they thought they are coming here to make hotel reservations, good sleeping, to find the first day. Everyone was complaining. When are we going back? Why? He was given a tent, one mattress, one jerrycan, and the food was set in a good way. But at that very night, rain hit us, and we are flooded. That's why I bought gumboots.
Inside the tent?
Inside the tent.
Water was coming
where we camped, yeah? So the tent, actually we are not strategic enough. When we are given a tent, some of them put them in a trench of water. So when it would just flood it.
The drainage was doing some good service.
Me, I was of an advantage that I was once a scout, and once a scout is always a scout.
Oh, okay. So you convinced them to come here, listen in,
But
and you think they are understanding now what patriotism is about.
Yeah, but the coming, before coming, they thought we are going to be there for 7 days, chilling.
Oh,
Then
get allowance and go.
Yeah, and go. The first experience, the first day, I can't tolerate. Then the second day, after getting the facilitation, the facilitators, I mean, they gradually changed. Me, I was waiting to see some of them moving out, but they gradually changed and they said, no, we need to impact ourselves with more. Actually, thank you, Chair.
They appreciate the
They
sessions.
appreciated, and here we are closing, and they are going to graduate, and everyone is positive. There is no more, I'm noob, I'm NRM, I'm what. Me, I believe in one saying. During the campaigns and what, there is what we call competition. And I think every youth in politics should understand this. Then after, we should do what we call completing, not competition. We should complete each other. You learn from me, I learn from you.
How can the youth do it? How can we desist from the violence, from the provocation, from the insults?
Okay. The only way of moving from that kind of violence, one, I would generally say mindset change. It is just because of our mindset that brings about the violence that we always have throughout, year in, year out. Because as David has said, during the campaigns and the elections, it is competition, true. Eh? When, I'm a footballer. When you're playing football, that time, even when your brother is in the other team, it is not time for brotherhood. Yeah?
It's time for winning.
It is time for winning. I've seen Pogba and the other Pogba in Ajax. Yeah? When it is time for playing, they are playing after. Now they talk about other issues, over maybe
Mwana wa mama.
My brother, how can we use that money you get, mine I get, we develop home. So it is the same thing we should do as youth.
It's good context.
So I got to understand that when any government goes through, you just need to be flexible a bit. You say, yes, I needed to wake up at 9, but now this is the thing. This is the environment I'm in. To peacefully coexist and fit in something, You just have to be flexible and change your mindset. Yes, I did not go through, because personally I've ever contested from, prefectship.
Back in high school.
Not in national politics. You want to be the MDD prefect, you don't go through, but back at your head you had things you had to do as someone contesting. But if your friend goes through,
so you find a way of working together with them.
You find a way of working together.
So that MDD becomes even much better.
You even bring your ideas. He says, let out or sing like this. You tell him, let them wake up in the morning and do voice exercising.
Perfect.
So, yeah. Perfect. So it's what that after the elections, let's bring ideas. Because someone can even have a manifesto, but when it comes to management and the innovations to make the manifesto go forward, it may be you having them. So when you just bisect, at the end of the day, you'll be there saying, how I wish they did it like this. Yet you have the right track, but you just have to come and complement.
We're in a time where technological advancement is, it is all over, it is ruling, it is reigning. You can't run away from it, it is inevitable. And so many youth are on the social media platforms, the different ones as we know them.
Yeah.
And talking about tolerance, I am seeing that social media is one of those avenues where we can be practical when it comes to tolerance. Maybe lastly, in about a minute, in less than a minute, how can the youth use social media to show that they're in for tolerance, they support it?
If you don't have anything to say about something, or if it is not working for you,
ignore it.
Ignore it. If it is working for you, or if it is meant for you, then contribute. Maybe in the way you comment, but not just abusing. Because even us, we were here witnessing. Very many of us were saying, someone posts maybe, I'm selling shoes and what have it is just a social understanding. And you know you're not in for sneakers. Again, you begin saying...
You begin insulting the person who is selling.
You begin insulting, you begin even saying they are not of quality, yet you don't put on sneakers.
And you've not gone to see the sneakers the person is selling.
But you just insult. So the way we can use social media to bring in tolerance is first to understand, was this message meant for me? And if it was meant for you, it is not only being meant for you. Critically analyze it. Before you utter out or message or audio word, have critical analysis and thinking before you bring out any statement. Because it may be dangerous to someone.
Okay. Thank you, Nora. David, thank you so much. We're going to talk to some other people who are attending the same training, of course, and share their views about patriotism, what they've learnt about it, how they think they can apply this concept of patriotism in this country. For now, the two of you, it's been good to have you. Thank you for sharing with us.
Ekigendererwa kitwabaleese nga twagala tuggyewo ebyobufuzi ng'abakulembeze b'abavubuka tukolere wamu. Like me nva mu ghetto gye nava okwesembawo Kampala, so nga ndaba embeera abavubuka gye bayitamu si nnungi. Ensonga lwaki nasalawo nkwate division 5 tukwataganire wamu tulabe nga abavubuka bakyuka okuva mu mbeera zonna ze balimu. Ensonga lwaki twasookedde ku bakulembeze, then bwe tumala bo kukitegeera, then tutuuke ne ku wansi ku bavubuka kuba ffenna tuva ku kyalo buli omu gy'ava.
Guno omusomo gubadde mukulu nnyo gye ndi nanze omukulembeze. Kisookera ddala eggwanga Uganda ffe abaana abato oba abavubuka tuba tetulimanyi. Mindset yange yakyuse nnyo. Nze mbadde nenyigira nnyo mu bintu ebitali so like developmental. Ne really my mindset has changed a lot.
Ubadde osiba akapapula.
Akapapula kombadde nkasiba naye mindset kyenalaba nti tewali bilionia
ayita mu kugambolinga.
Ayita mu kugambolinga.
Okay.
Every bilionia ayita mu kukola n'amaanyi, akola n'amaanyi na creating ideas, na creating chances of being rich but not gambling.
First, I was ignoring the things of Bulungi, and right now I'm also going to start engage myself in cleaning the community. I'm going to call each leader one by one and we talk, because when I call a group, they might disagree. I tell them what I've learned, tell them the good things of abstaining, and I know they will listen.
People are taken away by the political stuff, but we should leave that behind. Loving Uganda doesn't change your political party, but we should love Uganda and feel that we are really Ugandans. Like in Kampala, we shouldn't litter the rubbish around. Let's feel it that no, what I'm doing is not good. I'm a Ugandan. Yeah, let's do like that and we shall change the country.
Kyensinza okuyiga kwe kukomyawo empisa ez'eggwanga Uganda. Twagale eggwanga lyaffe, tukomyewo ennono. Kubanga Uganda si yateeberezebwa, wabula ya bagiyita part of Africa. Ensi erimu ebintu ebisinga okwenyumiriza mu nsi yonna. Abantu bakaaba obwavu because they are not informed. Tebali informed, tebamanyi muwendo gwe tulina mu bintu ebituliraanye okugeza. Kati ng'omuti gwaffe n'ogwo gutuliraanye wano. Naye kizibu nnyo omuntu okuguteekako ebirowoozo agutrimming gusobole okubala ebibala nga bwe birina okubalibwako. Politics abeerawo oku-exercisinga democracy. Kakati ate twogera ku Uganda, tetwogera ku NUP, tetwogera ku NRM, tetwogera ku DP. Uganda esigale nga Uganda, buli alimu mu Uganda. Tusimbe emiti, ennyanja tugirabirire. Kisa abavuka amayigirizo okukola ky'ekintu kye tusomye wano.
Mbadde nga nzina amazina eyo wansi mu ghetto. Twasooka ne tuzaala kubanga eri mu ghetto nze nzeke yavaayo. Kyonjiza ebintu bingi kuba at first mbadde siwuliranko ku bintu, mbadde sirabanga nako ku ngeri ku bantu abatali mu ghetto engeri gye beeyisaamu, naye I thank God wange eri mu ghetto bitukuba.
Ekigambo ky'ebiragalalagala eky'omwenge ekyo n'okikola otya mu banno?
Zino ennaku ezasooka nsibikozesa nali mpulira bubi kubanga omubiri ogumanyi gubadde gumanyidde okeera ku makya you sip n'owulira nga wena you're comfortable, naye neebaza Katonda mpulira kati enkyukakyuka kuba maze ebbanga ddene nga nnaku 6 zonna kiba kitegeeza I can live without them.
Tukizudde abantu abasinga tubadde tetweyagala mu ngeri etya, bw'olaba oli ayinawo n'ofuna akasajja mu bulago kuba bw'otuuka ne weeyagala gwe mwennyini oba ogenda kuggyawo obusosoze nti ate ono Muganda, ate oli Mutooro, ate oli Munyarwanda, ate njagala okubiriza abavubuka bonna n'abantu abali wabweru eyo tukwataganire wamu n'abantu abalwadde tulabe nga endinga stigma mu bantu, ate nempa n'amagezi oba nempa bulamuuko abalina obulwadde baleke kwetya.
Okusinziira nti eggwanga terizimbibwa bantu balwadde ne ku kye twayize gye tubadde, tulina okusooka twekebeze, tusooke buli omu ategeere sitasi ye. Oluvannyuma obeera mulwadde otandika okukola ki? Kumira eddagala. Obanga osuubirwa okuba nti olina kye wakoze emabega nga kawuka tekannatandika oba kukola ki, ebbanga lye ery'emyezi 3 terinaggwako, bakuadvising okumira ki? PEP. Obanga toli mulwadde oyo tambulire mu layini eyo mwokoze ki? Mubadde nga weekuuma.
Thank you for watching Uganda First, brought to you by the National Secretariat for Patriotism Co. You've had the young people, you've had their views about patriotism, and I can tell you if each one of us applies this concept, this country is going to be even much better. Thank you so much. Catch you again next Thursday, 11 a.m. up to midday. My name is Franco Lisimbi. Have a good afternoon.
Uganda First. NTV.